Motion to exit executive session.
I'll make that motion.
Thank you, Mr. Parsons. Do we have a second?
Second.
Thank you, Mr. Gibson, and all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay, you want to do the certification there?
Yes. Mr. Chairman, I move to certify that to the best of our knowledge, only public business matters lawfully exempted from open meeting requirements and only such public business matters as were identified in the motion to go into executive session were heard, discussed, and considered in executive session.
Yes. Okay. Mr. Zachariah?
Yes.
Mr. Ball?
Yes.
Mr. Gibson?
Yes.
Mr. Parsons?
Yes.
Ms. Garrett?
Yes.
And myself, yes. Okay, Dr. Brown, I'll turn it over to you and let you, board needs reorganization tonight.
Yes, ma'am. The Code of Virginia requires the Russell County School Board to reorganize, or all school boards to reorganize annually. Russell County Public Schools has adopted January as that date of such. So with this January board meeting, we will be doing reorganization. I'll be responsible for facilitating the chairman's selection, voting, and determining. And at that point in time, I'll turn it over to the chairman to continue with the other positions. So with that being said, Russell County School Board, I'll open up the floor for nominations for chair for the next school year, or next calendar year.
I nominate Ms. Compton to stay.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Parsons. Do we have any other nominees? All right. Hearing none, we'll close our nominations. We have one individual on the floor for chair, Ms. Compton. Do we have a second to that motion?
I'll second.
Thank you, Ms. Garrett. So we have a second. Any discussion among the board? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Congratulations, Madam Chair. The floor is yours.
Thank you. I'll take a motion for chairman, vice chairman.
I would like to nominate Mr. Parsons.
Okay, thank you, Ms. Garrett. Do I have a second or any other nomination?
I'll second that, Madam Chair.
Thank you, Mr. Zachariah. All in favor of Mr. Parsons, vice chairman? Let it be known by aye.
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 Aye. Any opposed? Okay. All in favor of keeping our clerk as is?
Aye.
Aye. A motion
Need a
and,
nomination, a motion and a
I'll make a motion.
okay, we nominate you.
Okay.
We got a second.
Need to put a name in there?
Tammy.
Tammy.
Okay.
Miss
Tammy
Tammy.
Gilbert. And all in favor?
Aye.
We need to choose us a attorney for this coming year. I need a motion or a motion.
I'll make a motion for Eugene and Dolly Compton, or
The Compton firm.
I'll second that.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Okay, board will determine the operational method, Robertson rules. We have a motion that we proceed with Robert's Rules of Order.
I'll make the motion to adopt Robert's Rules of Order for our operational procedure.
Thank you, Mr. Sacagawea. Second? Second, Ms. Garrett. All in favor? Aye. Does our current schedule work for everyone? First Thursday in the month, or would something else better suit you? Okay, we will keep that meeting time and date the same. I would like, we got a motion?
I'll make that motion.
Okay, need a second.
second.
Thank you, Mr. Gibson. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay, I will appoint Mr. Bostic and Mr. Ball for our insurance committee. I would like to appoint Mr. Sacagawea, if he would, to our liaison with the Russell County Board of Supervisors.
Sign.
Or would you rather do that, Mr. Ball?
No, I'm fine with anything. It doesn't matter.
Are you sure?
I personally think you probably need more than one.
That's probably a good
Okay,
idea.
two. I think
Okay,
there's
well,
two.
we can do two.
But I mean, I'm not saying that I need to be the one, but
You
I'm
do.
saying
You
you
do.
need, you
Yeah.
probably need more than one.
There's two.
I agree with you, so therefore we're going to name you and Mr. Sacagawea.
Stuck my foot in my mouth, didn't I?
You got you one now. No, I
Watch
mean,
what
I
you
just,
wish
I
for.
just feel like that you're out in the community and you come across these folks
And then
and
there's
it's,
the-
and
Well,
if you're,
it just seems like if we're gonna get anything, we gotta go through them.
well, we do.
Right.
They are our funding
Yeah.
agent. And we can tell them what our needs are and we can
Yeah.
also, you have ammunition tonight with your
Yeah.
folders to explain some of what might be misrepresented, so. Okay,
Dr. Brown,
Go
I
ahead.
just wonder if, I know it's, this is all public record, but I just wonder if we need to publish this in a local paper.
Publish what?
This,
Folder you got.
this,
Oh, the work of the, excuse me, the Employee Compensation Committee.
yeah,
I mean, again, that's the board's decision. I'd recommend,
Put on the
again, a
website.
conversation with the Board of Supervisors, as they were also part of that meeting. We were half of that meeting, they were the other half.
well, I mean, how did they, I wasn't here at that meeting, so, how was their take on this?
Well, I mean, I think the thoughts there were, there's a lot of information to digest.
yes, that was Mr. Breeding and Mr. Steve Breeding and Ms. Rebecca Dye, and they were very receptive, along with Mr. Lester was available that evening too, so it, yeah.
Yeah, I think it was an eye-opener.
It
For
was.
everybody
I
that
mean,
was involved,
there's a-
especially the supervisors. I mean, we're aware of that.
Right, we
We've
know
seen
it.
this information many times before, but they were misguided in their information as well, I think, and
They were.
and I think it helped them to understand their situation a whole lot better.
While I'm looking at you, I think you would be a good representative for the Linwood Holton Governor's School.
Well, I've done it before. I'd be glad
Yes,
to do it again.
you did a good job, Mr. Sacagawea, and we thank you if you would do
Appreciate
that. For the Budget Committee, I would like to see if Mr. Parsons and Mr. Gibson would be available. Would you, would
Yes,
that
ma'am.
work for you, both of you?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, thank you. School board members and the clerk will go under the VSBA Code of Conduct. Do we need a motion?
We
Madam
have to
Clerk?
sign it.
Or just sign it?
Sign
Just
it.
sign it, I think.
Sign it, okay.
Or, no, wait, maybe we have adopted that before. I think it's a motion that we adopt the
Okay.
code of conduct.
Do I have a motion that we adopt the VSBA Code of Conduct
For board members.
for board members?
I make that motion.
Thank you, Mr. Paul. Do I have a second?
Second.
Thank you, Mr. Parsons. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? I think that has everyone assigned. We'll go for the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Miss-
Okay. We'll have a moment of silence. Okay, Dr. Brown,
Yes,
do we
Madam
have any
Chair.
delegations? I guess they're snowed in tonight.
I do believe, we'll reach out to see if they'd like to come back and speak to the board
Sure.
with our February board meeting.
Do we have any adjustments to the agenda tonight?
No, Madam Chair.
Okay, do we have a motion to finalize our agenda?
So mate.
Thank
So
you,
moved.
Thank you, Mr. Gibson. I need a second for finalizing our agenda.
I'll second it.
Thank you, Mr. Ball. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. If you had an opportunity to look at your minutes, we'll take a motion to approve those, unless you
moved.
need to have a discussion.
So moved.
Thank you, Mr. Gibson. Do we have a second
I'll second that,
to
Madam
approve the
Chair.
minutes without reading? All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Dr. Brown, our recognitions this evening,
Yes,
I guess
Madam
they're
Chair.
snowed in too.
They are. We've spoken with those folks, and they're going to be coming back to our February meeting, Mr. Fletcher? Okay, very good.
Also, Dr. Brown, that was quite a bit of a, in my opinion, an honor for our Heather Kaiser. That is
Great
Code
honor.
Virginia Computer Science Educator of the Year for, and I think that's quite a tribute to her and her school. And I would appreciate if maybe you could set something up, maybe with Olivia Bailey, WCYB, and maybe WJHL, that they, you know, some, at their convenience, that they might come by and speak with her and
Sure.
maybe take some snippets of the school, and
That's no
it
problem.
would be quite an honor for her.
I'll
And,
alert them to the award, and
Yes,
sure.
Yes,
Absolutely.
it was a great honor, I think.
it is, so, okay. And also, Ms. Hart, Pam Hart, and Elizabeth Perkins, we'll invite them next month along with our other winners, so, okay. Okay, do we have any questions on the bills and the accounts? Do I have a motion that we pay the bills this month?
Yes, let's pay him, please.
Okay, I have a second.
Second.
Thank you, Mr. Gibson. All in favor of paying the bills? Aye. Any opposed? Dr. Brown, that takes us to our resignations and retirements.
Yes, Madam Chair, I have a short list tonight, but that short list is long on institutional knowledge. You're looking at a list of 5, and I know of the 5, the 3 professional individuals there represent over 100 years of service. So greatly going to be missed.
Yes. We have a motion to approve the resignations and retirements.
I'll make that motion.
Thank you, Ms. Garrett. Do I have a second?
Second.
Thank you, Mr. Parsons. All in favor? Aye. Approval of new hires and transfers.
Yes, Madam Chair, again, a short list for the board's approval tonight.
Okay, I have a motion that we approve the new hires and transfers.
I'll make that motion, Madam Chair, to approve the new hires and transfers as presented.
Thank you, Mr. Sakaweja. Do we have a second?
Second.
Thank you, Ms. Garrett. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Okay. Our sales tax,
Wait, you
oh,
missed one.
have I missed one?
Special ed advisory.
Okay,
Yes, Madam Chair, we have one
Yes.
action item for the board's consideration tonight.
okay.
The requirements from the DOE state that our advisory committee, special education advisory committees, needs to be approved by the board.
Okay.
So Ms. Farmer has compiled said list, and we have it here for the board's approval tonight.
That sounds good to me. Do we have a motion that we approve this continued advisory committee list?
So moved.
Thank you, Mr. Gibson. Do we have a second?
Second.
Thank you, Mr. Parsons. All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Okay, Dr. Brown, we have the school reopening plan.
Yes, Madam Chair, moving forward, the numbers that we're seeing are increasing. At this point in time, we currently have 18 students that are actively positive and being isolated at this time for COVID. 43 students that are being quarantined due to exposure. 8 staff that are isolated due to being COVID positive, and we have 8 staff again being quarantined due to being exposed. The numbers that we're seeing from Ballard, we're basically up about 80% compared to less than 2 months ago, and the positivity rate that they're seeing is more than double what we had less than 2 months ago as well. We met yesterday for nearly 3 hours, we being superintendents in the region, nursing coordinators, emergency management, and so forth for schools. About 70 people yesterday. We met for almost 3 hours with the health department, receiving updated guidance in regards to how we can most safely take care of our students moving forward, both in the classroom and athletically on the courts and mats. That being said, we have been compiling some new guidance, and we'll be distributing that to our administrators tomorrow. And again, these things are apt to change. Our hope is, according to Dr. Bissell, the encouragement, I guess, that we heard was that she does expect things to peak over the next couple weeks and then see a significant decrease. I hope that is accurate moving forward, and again, opening up a new avenue for how we operate our schools.
Thank you. Go ahead.
Mr. Chairman?
Yes.
Madam Chair, I might, at this time, since we're talking about COVID, with our new governor-elect and anticipation of his announcement to cancel the public health order and the mask mandates, I'd recommend that Russell County, once that announcement is made, that Russell County immediately put the optional mask in place.
If I may, Mr. Gibson,
Yeah.
they will prepare for that recommendation or that directive from the governor, and as when that comes in, we implement.
We implement it,
Yes.
yes, immediately,
I
without
understand.
another called meeting to make that done. And I will put that in the form of a motion.
I'll second it.
Okay, any further discussion?
I would say, we are not the first county to do this. My understanding, Roanoke County has done this.
Yes.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any,
All right, so Madam Chair, just for clarification.
any opposed?
I apologize.
Okay, no, go ahead,
Again,
sir.
just for clarification, we will prepare for that event. We'll have to, again, move status quo
Yeah.
until that event occurs. And with that
Right.
being said, once that occurs, the board has given me the directive to go ahead and deal with the mask mandates and
Yes.
remove that at that time.
I mean, the inauguration is January the 15th, so I will, anytime after that, probably.
Well, and it's here to say, I mean, it's hard to tell. We have no prediction of what may happen or could happen, so, but, we have tried to follow our governor's guidance all along, and we've tried to stay within the law, and we will continue to do that. So with our new governor, then, that when he feels it's appropriate, I think, we'll try to do exactly what we're supposed to be doing.
Sure.
Yeah.
And again, I'll share that we'll need to move forward with a written document
Right,
from Richmond on that. I mean, he very well may address that,
right.
but again, he'll need to sign the document and move
Right.
forward with that for us to be able to legally react
Yes.
accordingly.
Thank you for that, Mr. Gibson. Okay, our sales tax, $418,501.52. Our ADM is $32.55. Has the board had an opportunity to look at the maintenance report and expenditure report? If you don't have any question. Your future agenda, we're going to be needing a budget meeting, so
Yes, Madam Chair, I'll be reaching out to yourself and asking about such sometime in February. So I
Okay.
would envision that we'll probably be able to have our board meeting in February before we
set
jump into
that.
that. But it probably will be within a couple weeks of that, because we'll need to do that preliminary work. The General Assembly will still be working, but at least we can get that template in place and have some preliminary discussions. And then as we receive more guidance from Richmond, we'll be able to finalize and firm that up. And then I'll get that back before the board, hopefully with our March board meeting for approval. And again, it will be a preliminary budget in need, because until we have our, again, our allocation of funds from the state and from our board of supervisors, and nothing can be finalized.
Okay, our next meeting will be February the 3rd, 2022. Does any other member have anything they want to bring before the board tonight?
I'd like to thank the one lady, I think, for feeding us tonight.
We had a good visit with Mr. Long in Lebanon High School earlier this afternoon, and that's a fine facility they have to promote the agriculture program out there. And I'd like to thank them for the teachers and the staff and everyone out there for moving that forward, and looking forward to students getting in there and using those new, nice equipment.
And also, Madam Chair, I'd like to be sure we thank the Board of Supervisors for
Absolutely.
their support. That project would not have been possible without their support and allowing us to use those funds that are available at the end of the year. Again, we don't know if those funds are going to be available moving forward as things are getting tighter and tighter,
Right.
but it was an incredible project, and one that I guess really everyone here and all of our Board of Supervisors can be very, very proud of. And I do believe, as it was mentioned, that it would be a positive impact for future businesses. We could take those businesses there and show them exactly what's available to our students and what the workforce can develop from there with our programs. We've done marketable things with all three schools in our vocational program when it comes to this over the last 6 years. And again, it's a lot of things to be proud of there.
Yes, we want to thank our local businesses as well. They did out there with the Farm Bureau, maybe the local Southern States, other businesses in the community that have supported the agriculture program. And I would invite, supervisors, I realize the weather had a factor this evening, but it would be to their benefit if they would go by there and take a look at that fine facility that they have helped fund, and also the taxpayers in the county. Agriculture is a big business in Russell County and across the state of Virginia. So I think that is I think it'll be beneficial for all the community, and we want to thank them for supporting it. Have we
Madam Chair,
left anything off?
I just realized that that February the 3rd date, we have a district wrestling tournament.
and we'd both be gone.
Just any other day that week would be,
Wow.
just this week. I mean, just that.
Just that one? Do you want to, would it affect you if we did it on a Tuesday or Wednesday, or?
Any other day
That'd
that
be
week.
fine.
Okay.
All right, so it needs to be in February. The day before is.
Yeah, I mean,
Second.
yes, yes.
Groundhog
that's
Day.
something.
That'll work.
Does that work for you? Does that work?
Will that work for her?
Pardon me? I
With
think
the
so. I
second?
believe I had something else scheduled, but I don't see it on my calendar, so I'll be here.
It won't be more important than what we're doing. And it won't pay near as much.
Yeah.
I want to thank everybody for giving us the
Yes.
opportunity to serve you and we look forward to it.
We appreciate
It's
it.
an
We
honor to have you.
appreciate it, yeah.
We thank the both of you. We like getting two for one.
I like that pretty good myself.
And we do feed you well, so that's a little plus. Thank you all.
Put that on the second.
So we're going to do February 2nd, Dr. Brown?
That'll be fine, Madam
Okay.
Chair.
If that's good for everyone else? Okay.
You might want to have Glenna call and remind everybody.
Do what now?
Have Glenna call and remind us.
And
That's
also,
Wednesday, not Thursday.
we're moving that meeting, so now that's going to, I want you guys to come back a winner.
Well, we had a
Bring-
meeting the day before.
Bring back some winners.
Oh, yeah, we
Oh,
will.
yeah, we
Okay.
will.
Okay, that's all we need. So do we have a motion that we adjourn?
I know.
Thank you, Ms. Garrett. Do we have a second?
I'll second that.
Wayne's not here to get us out of here, so thank you, Mr. Parsons. All in favor? Aye. And be safe.
Thank you, I appreciate that.
Going home.